label because you won't be able to compete on price. I was wrong. It's all going to be a different game. It's all going to be who gives a crap. This game now is all about caring about your product and much, much, much more important about the user. And as somebody who got lucky DNA in caring about people, and as somebody who got lucky to have the greatest mother of all time, I'm going to beat everybody's face in this game.
So, all right, so truth. So it's about truth.
You know.
And you know, they say that the people united will never be defeated. Right?
It's true.
Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I go to Japan, back when I used to be famous, we had a big press conference. We were going to announce this big product, 200 press there. It's time for questions. Not one press person asked a question. After the press conference, 35 of them lined up because they wanted to talk to me in private. In Japanese culture, you don't go up and stand in front of the public and ask a question. You get what I'm getting at? Where's the questions? More questions for Gary V. Come on.
Free wine.
Questions for Gary V. How often does Gary V come to your house and ask you for questions? That's what I'm talking about.
Hi, I'm BJ.
BJ, what's up?
I hate my job.
Good.
I go at home at night. I don't watch Lost. I don't play the Wii.
Okay.
But I get totally indulged in Gary V websites. How do you cure me?
Move to America and join me. That's very nice, thank you. But what do you like?
I like social media.
So
my job.
How much are you allowed to, because of your job, put out personal thoughts on social media?
Not enough.
Are you allowed to?
I'm not allowed enough.
You need to leave that job. Because I promise you that you can find another job within the space that you can personally do that, and that will dramatically make you happier. And I don't know how much you can afford to take a hit of, but I would go home and do accounting on your life and understand the drop that you can take. And if you have to go from 200,000 a year to 190 or 50,000 a year to 10, I don't care what it is, I promise you with my whole soul that that's the right move for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Hey, Peter.
I'm totally impressed with what you're putting out here.
Thank you.
But I would like to know also, what's your biggest failure? Would you like to comment on that?
So, this is where I act like a real jerk. I've probably made so many mistakes, Peter. The mistakes I've made are the ones that I didn't do, opportunities I passed on. I was offered a lot of big television deals. Maybe that would have been the right thing. I would have been a much bigger celebrity. It's a much bigger platform. And maybe I would be humongous now. Maybe, you know, I don't know. As an entrepreneur, those deals are so scary because they own your farting. You know, that scares me. So my mistakes lie in that, because the one thing I've been very good at, and something I would debate that you should give a lot of thought to, is everything I've said yes to always starts with the learning experience, not the financial aspect. I'm always saying yes to things that I want to understand. You know, for example, I have one, the Cork site is already getting VC interest right away, and I'm thinking about doing it even though I think VCing is insanity and stupid. I just want to taste it and learn it. So it's going to be a financial mistake, but I want the value of the experience.
Don't do it.
Oh, okay.
Don't do it.
But I won't.
Seriously, your biggest one.
My biggest one, seriously, my biggest. Going in, on paper, going into the family business. But emotionally, no way, because those 10 years with my dad, I can't give up. But on business paper, definitely going into the wine retail business. Because wine library was huge, and if wine laws in the United States were different, then I could very much be staying up here as a Bezos or a Tony Hsieh, because I would have gotten into cheese and olive oil and bed, and I would have went all up in there. But because I was never able to get it too, you know, the fact that nobody in Boston could buy wine from me ultimately didn't let me go there.
Hi, I'm Alexander. I'm 22 years old. I study new media at the University of Amsterdam. I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
I have a question about retail stores and online stores.
Yeah.
In America, they're way further ahead with Zappos and stores that don't just convert their brick and mortar stores to an online store and just do this the same thing.
You mean like Best Buy and BestBuy.com?
Right, right. Well,
Or because like Zappos is just online.
yeah, but Best Buy just does the same thing that they do offline, they do online. In
Right.
Holland, basically all online stores are offline stores converted to online stores, or stores that just do the normal online thing but not much extra.
Right.
If you were to tell a bookstore in Holland or a shoe store in Holland how to approach online media and what to do different than just selling the books like they do in an offline store, what would the most important thing be to change?
Humanize the company. So if it's an entrepreneur that has one bookstore, the biggest advantage he or she has is themselves. So scaling their reach, whether through a blog or a video blog or through involvement in Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and Tumblr.
Put on events where people can come and meet you.
Hustle. I mean, it really comes down to retail. So my book's coming out, and I'm desperately getting involved with the indies, right? Because I feel for them. That's me. I had a one-shop wine shop. I understand them. They complain about Amazon left and right. They're like, we give better service. We know what we're talking about. Here's the problem. They're fishing on Tuesday, and they're golfing on Thursday. I'm like, asshole, you're not in your own store. You've got a clerk that you pay $9 an hour for that doesn't give a rat's ass, that's texting the whole day. You're not in the store. How are you giving better service than Amazon? You're full of shit. So I would say that they have to work. And number two, they have to be involved where people are. To not have a presence online as an individual and for the brand is insanity. If you're asking more tactical, like should they do features online and things like that, of course. All that kind of stuff works. But I actually think just fundamentally having the DNA switch of understanding that they've got to work and that they have a shot of getting these customers. See, here's the biggest thing that I wrote about in Crush It. Patience. This is why I hate analytics. I hate them. And why I hate SEO. Oprah doesn't give a shit about SEO. You know, people do something for 6 months. They look at the analytics and they give up. They're like, oh, it's not going to work. We're building fucking businesses here. They don't take 6 months to build. You can play the lotto if you want to make a lot of money in 6 months. But if you're building a business, you have to believe in it, you have to love it, and you have to put a lot of time and effort. It takes a long time. Yes?